The door is open. Good afternoon, Justin. Go ahead and sit down. I'm excited to go over a new program we are starting called the Pentagon Program for all controllers here at the Inversion Technician Routing Center.
A new program? What is so exciting about this Pentagon program?
The Pentagon Program is a new approach we are using to reward controllers who meet a set of criteria we set forth as goals. These goals are universal to all controllers, and not just the region you work in.
New criteria. What are these new criteria?
The Pentagon Program consists of 5 corners. I will go over each of these corners with you. The first corner is your mean work pace, or MWP for short. Your MWP is the measurement of how many seconds it takes you to process incoming requests. We want this number to be less than 150 seconds.
That is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What about calls like the ones from Level 1 assistance where it takes 2 minutes for the handler in Thailand to find the member's invoice record series? Or when a DT calls in and does not have all the information needed to complete his ticket?
You should not worry so much. Those incoming requests are few and far between. Over several dozen calls, your MWP will even out.
Have you taken any calls lately, or done a side-by-side to listen and watch each of the incoming requests we handle each day?
No, I have not. Back to the program. The second corner of the Pentagon is your percent of connection. On your daily reports it will be shortened to PC. Your PC is the measurement of how much time you are at your desks connected to the system to process incoming requests. Anytime you are not at your desk processing incoming requests, your PC is negatively affected.
So, if I understand you correctly, if I get up to go to the bathroom, my percent of connection goes down. It also sounds like, if I go to talk to a manager, the number goes down in such a case. On what percentage do I need to be at?
Ideally, this number should be at 99%.
Are you crazy? If I'm here for 7.5 hours, that means I can only be away from my desk for a total of 5 minutes.
More precisely, 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
O.M.G.
I'm glad to see you are curious about all this. The third corner in the Pentagon Program, it's center-wide answer velocity. The CAV is basically the average hold time of calls, if we have a queue of members and fellow employees waiting. As a center, we want this number to be less than 3 minutes.
That doesn't sound as bad as the others. However, how am I responsible for making sure this number is less than 3 minutes? There is not a single controller in this center that can direct how many incoming requests we get. As controllers, we come to work as required. It is I.V.T.R.C managers who set how many of us are here. If we don't have enough controllers and the CAV is above 3 minutes all day, that is in the hands of you all, not us. Those are just 2 things I feel are wrong with this measurement.
Those are 2 valid concerns. You can help keep the CAV down by answering your calls as quickly as possible so those in queue are not waiting as long. As for scheduling, it is rare that we have a shortage of controllers as an average over the last few months. Days like those of the computer outages or for inclement weather do not happen enough to impact CAV.
Never short-staffed. Just look at those folks in the Great Lakes region. They are always short-staffed.
That is a good place to lead into corner number 4, which is your presence. As you know, your presence is one of the key components to your success here at the world's largest telecommunications company. For the Pentagon Program, it is your team's attendance we will be looking at.
Our team. So if one of my teammates is not here, then it counts against me?
Yes, that is right. Over the course of 4 months, you and your teammates should have less than 2.5 days of absences. The 2.5 days can be all from one person, or from a combination of all controllers on a team.
Jessica is going out on maternity leave next month and DeMarcus has been out on medical leave for nearly 3 weeks. Am I supposed to tell Jessica don't have the baby for another 2 weeks, or tell DeMarcus to come back to work while he is still recovering from surgery?
You should address those concerns with your teammates. Remember, these criteria are a reflection of your abilities to meet the goals we set.
It almost sounds like you want me to do my job and be a manager at the same time.
To wrap this up, let's go over the fifth and final corner. To make a complete Pentagon, you will need to have at least one successful lead that results in positive revenue generation in the Promote for Sales project.
Sales. We are not trained on how to sell things to people. Also, this is not even a place where we talk to members directly. How are we supposed to make a lead for P4S?
Good question. If you happen to get a member on the line, go over their service order with them. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, you can take some of the company-approved door hangers and go around your neighborhood. You can also sell other services from the world's largest telecommunications company to your friends or relatives.
But I'm not a sales agent.
The Pentagon program is not optional. Your participation is a management directive. You will be rewarded with points that you can redeem in an online catalog.
W.T.F. So, what if I do not meet the goals of the criteria?
Failure to meet your MWP or PC can result in being placed on a plan for improving criteria. If you are unsuccessful in meeting the requirements of your PIC plan, you could be terminated.
And I thought this program was supposed to be exciting.
I'm glad to hear you are just as excited as I am. We, the managers at the world's largest telecommunications company, are looking forward to watching your progress as we roll out the Pentagon program.
Second-level manager, I feel it is important to say that at this point, you all have gone crazy. You sit here and give us criteria that we must meet, but the goals are nearly impossible to attain with all the different procedures we must follow. Since these processes change every day, we all must figure out what it is you managers want. Yet, even you managers don't know what we are supposed to be doing. If the average person took a step back and tried to understand what we do in here, they would call us psycho.
We are done for today. You may return to your cube.
The next thing I know, you all will be asking us to mow the grass and saying that is a management directive. Oh, and you forgot to remind me that if it makes sense, we don't do it.
If it makes sense, we don't do it. I like it.